Okay. No, you don't like the music? What? Why don't you like the music? What? Why not? What's wrong with the music? I happen to like Otis. I think Otis is awesome. Let's turn the KSP music on here. Let's get the game audio back in. Hey guys. So I have a new idea. I have a new concept or a new thing that I'm sort of trying out, or at least I want to try out. I'm going to be doing a lot more live streams, I think, with this idea. And what it essentially is, this is still the Conquering Kerbal Space Program universe, I guess you could call it. It's the same save file and everything that you guys are familiar with. But so I had like the 6-month period of time, right, where I had no episodes for this series. But I still had lots of comments. People were discovering it during that time, leaving comments and all these things. And so I've kind of collected my thoughts with this stuff, and I've sort of collected all the notable criticisms, the notable ideas, and all that stuff, and I've sort of pooled it together into this list of things that I'd like to accomplish to address some of the things that people wanted to see. And one of the things people wanted to see was more craft building, more brainstorming, more ideas. They want to see things assembled and, you know, why I do the things I do and what's the thought process behind certain things. And the problem with that with KSP is that it takes forever to do it. It's just one of those games where it just takes a long time to do even the simplest of things. And so when you're constrained within the lengths of your episodes and you want to keep them at least a reasonable time frame, you can't show everything. So what I'd like to do with this is sort of like a brainstorming live stream series where I'm going to be basically showing you some of like the behind the scenes building processes, some of the brainstorming that I try to do on a daily basis when I'm making this. So this is not going to be like a daily live stream or anything. It's going to be just sort of whenever I want to share it, but it'll be a lot more often than before. And what this can do is it can give people KSP content without necessarily having episodes, because it's sort of like the planning process behind stuff. I might be a lot less, shall I say, engaged with this stream than I would be in a typical stream, but I can see your comments. Hi, I know where Serbia is. Sometimes like I look down in the comments and I have no idea. The first comment I see, it's cool, and then I have no idea where it came from, and so I feel like I'm coming right in the middle of a conversation that makes no sense to me. So how long will the streams go? So the streams, I'm hoping, will be constrained to about an hour to an hour and a half each time. And they'll always be available for the public afterwards, so you don't need to see the live stream to see the content that's being planned. Keep in mind that the live streams are happening live, of course, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's on the same sync with the episodes, put it that way. So if I've already recorded an episode, for example, and I'm trying to put footage together for it, I probably won't do a live stream where I'm brainstorming something if the concept for what I'm brainstorming hasn't been presented in the episodes yet, if that makes sense. So my streams should be fairly spoiler-free in that sense, right? Okay, so with that out of the way, this is inspired by an idea, by the way. This is inspired by, it's not a very good comparison, but it's inspired by SpaceX. SpaceX has their hosted webcast and they have their technical webcast, and they're two separate webcasts for roughly the same thing happening. This isn't a perfect like parallel to that because I'm technically showing things here that I don't show in the episodes, but you can consider the episodes to be the more formal hosted, this is what we're doing kind of episodes, and then the streams can be sort of the tinkering around technical end of things. Anyway, so what we're doing today is uncut and raw. You get to hear me clear my throat now. I can't edit it out of the stream, can I? I do that too. The episodes I edit out clearing throats and coughs and my dog barking and all that stuff. I usually have to go through the timelines, everything I record, and just edit out all that stuff. So it takes a while, but it ends up being fairly clean in the end, I think. Okay, so what I want to do today, we're going to be messing with our Minmus base idea. And I think to get a good idea of what we're going to be doing for Minmus, I kind of want to get a concept, and this is going to apply to pretty much every base we do, right? I want to see it in action. I want to make sure the concept works before I spend all the money and time sending it to where it's going, right? So we can get a good idea of how Minmus might work. And I'm going to do that by setting up sort of a sample base or a demo base, if you will, a full-size replica demonstration, if you will, of the base that's going to go on Minmus. And we'll just set that up at the KSC. So that's what we're going to build today. So, and again, the brainstorming streams, these are not things where I know what I'm going to do, right? The entire concept behind these streams is going to be something like, it's going to be like, this is me playing around. This is me tinkering with ideas and trying to prepare to create an episode. So, this is sort of like the time I spend on things. I'm going to try and block off an hour to an hour and a half every time I do this. That's going to be sort of like my period of time for this. So, okay. So, we know that we want to have 2 modules at least, the logistics and the pioneer module. So I'm going to start with logistics, I think. We'll set it up in the spaceplane hangar because we're going to roll it off onto the KSC, roll it off onto the flat grass, and we'll set it up off in the grass. So, legs go down about this far. That's pretty good. I'm reading your comments too here. Now, the really cool part about the live stream and the brainstorming stuff is that while I'm trying to come up with things, I might get stuck, or I might be like, I wonder how I'll figure that out. And somebody who's far better at this than I am, and there are a lot of you who are way better at this game than I am, because I'm not that good at it, there's chances for people to throw ideas out, and then I'll be like, hey, that's not bad, let's try that, and that's kind of cool. So I like that. Now, let me see here. Make sure I have this in the description because I promised I would never do it. I did. Hang on, let's change it. For this series, I'm pretty sure that's the link. So, okay, so if you refreshed the stream, I don't know if you have to refresh it. It might just update the description in live, but if you update the stream, you'll see the mod list for the series is in the link in the description. Okay, so with that out of the way, almost blew it. I said I was never going to do it, and then I just went ahead and I did it. Live dashboard. Where is my stats? There it is. Hi, stats. I've been waiting for my stats. Messing with my windows, so give me a second. Just messing with my display windows so I can monitor things accordingly. Okay, so Logistics Center, what's it for? The Logistics Center is for sort of gathering up all the resources that are connected to it and distributing it to other places that are within a certain distance away. So you don't have to have things connected directly to distribute materials to one place or another. We're going to have 2 modules. There's going to be the Logistics Center and there's going to be the Pioneer module. The Logistics Center is for distributing, and the Pioneer module is going to receive it. And so what's going to happen here is we'll have a mining portion, which is mining stuff, obviously. All the resources we want, it'll be mining those, and collecting them into big storage tanks. That's what I want to do. And then the Pioneer module will have the life support stuff, and it'll also have sort of our landing pad for all of our crafts who stop by the base and all that stuff. All that stuff will be connected to the Pioneer module. And so the Logistics Center will be sending things to the Pioneer module, as well as other things that are in the area as well. So when I land on Minmus to refuel or whatever, I don't have to connect it. It's within, what's the distance? It's within, within 2,000 meters. Basically, anything in physics range can receive. Now the problem with this, though, is that in order to receive, it looks like you have to be within 150 meters, which is still fairly close, right? I don't have to be super precise in where I land. I just have to be, 150 meters away or something. It's not a big deal. Okay, so there might be a medic module, there might be other modules, but for the time being, I just want to focus on getting a fully functional base that works sort of for the overall, like, the major goal, and then we'll add things to be more complete from there. So, Logistics Center. Let's actually build something. I want to have pulse drills on all of this. The problem with my pulse drill idea, though, I think, is that I can't get it high enough. Because if I get it to be right... Come on. There. If I get it to be right here and put the drill down, this works kind of, but the drill ends up picking up the legs. The drill will end up tipping the thing up. And so I want the base to always stay flat on its legs. So I need the drill to be higher in order to have that happen, I think. So we're going to have something on top of this. What's it going to be? What's on top of it, Charlie? Well, I'll tell you. It's going to be like probably material kits and stuff to start off with. But how about we go USI? How about we go with... I'd like to do the 3.75 because it's huge, but it being huge is also its problem because it's super huge. It might be enough, though. It might be just what I need. Because if I put these tanks, and by tanks I mean drills. Come on now. Oh, it's freezing up. There we go. If I put these drills up here instead, that's too many. Yeah, we're going to need some radiators for that one, I think. Why is it so... Hold on. Why is it doing that? I want 4. 4 drills. Thank you. Yep, just like this. I guess we'll do 2 tanks, because we're going to need 2 different types of resources. And then maybe another one that's smaller up top here. So it looks kind of ridiculous, but I just kind of want to get a feel for resources and how they're pulling things in and everything. Charlie, you can use planetary logistics. Okay, I don't know what planetary logistics is, other than it used to be a module that, to my knowledge, was discontinued. Maybe it's not discontinued anymore, but I don't see a planetary logistics module anywhere as a part anywhere. Attachment point, auxiliary control module, Ranger airlock. I don't see the part for that. So if there's a planetary logistics function where you can distribute anything around the whole planet, I don't know about it. I don't know of it. I probably don't have the part unlocked yet. That might be what it is. I don't know. Okay, so where are we going to place everything? Well, I didn't want these tanks to be on top of this, but it's just a temporary thing. We'll probably end up breaking this down when we get the bigger tanks up. So, of course, then I have to replace the drills. Yeah, we'll leave 1 tank then. Maybe we'll just leave 2 tanks. I don't know. Okay, so we'll take this. This little one here is going to be, I think, probably machinery. Come on now. There it is. Fill it up. Then we'll have, the next one we'll have is material kits. Fill that up. And then the bottom one here will be specialized parts probably. Fill that up. So that should give us enough like materials to work with to start building things on the surface too. Attached to this, we're going to have a couple of things. I want to have the workshop attached to it. I'm not sure exactly what side to do that with. I don't think it matters. It's the right way, yes. Okay. Then there's habitation. We'll put that on the... We'll put that on the back side, I guess. Is that right? No, it needs to be like that. And then not sunk in, but out like that. Okay, and then this side we'll put the agriculture, I guess. Of course, the agricultural module could be attached to the Pioneer module, but really the Pioneer module is going to receive all this stuff anyway, so it's not going to be that big of a deal to have things attached to it. Oh, come on now. Right there. Thank you. Now this one, I was told to use a flexo tube instead of the tube we were doing on the last stream. I don't know how the flexo tube works. Somebody told me it works just like a CCR2 port, which I'm actually like kind of excited to see how that actually happens. So we're going to use a flexo tube on this. That's here. And I need to flip it around, I think. Yep. All right, so we'll... So think of it this way, right? My brainstorming streams, this is sort of like the true pioneering spirit of Kerbal Space Program, in the sense that we're not looking at the wiki or reading the mod's description to figure out necessarily how everything works in its intimate detail, because it's a lot of reading. Rather, get the overall broad concept, which I have, and then let's put it in practice to learn and sort of play around with it. And if we mess up, we're right on the KSC, we'll just recover the craft and we'll try again. You know, it's things like that. So it's pretty easy. I would have liked to have these drills actually on the logistics center because I do want to remove these once I'm done. But I just don't think I can get it to where it's... Let's try this. Let's take this off for a second. Let's grab some batteries. We're going to need lots of electrical power for this stuff anyway, so we might as well have a bunch of batteries on the top. That's good for now. And then we'll make an adapter. Let's say something like, I don't know, something like this. Then we can put our radiators and stuff on the top. So we'll take like maybe 5-meter truss. It's probably good enough. And then I'll just take and put radiators. Might as well. Let's put the large one. Why not? It's overkill, that's why not. I probably only need the medium ones. Let's just put them like up here like this. Of course, I wanted the solar panels to be up like this though. Maybe we'll put them like this. Just stagger it a bit. That'll work. That'll be fine. So we'll put the solar panels next to that, or on top of that. Probably like this. Like, maybe like this. Well, I'd like to see whether or not they're going to clip, so let's rotate them a bit. Never go the right way. Yeah, they're not going to clip. They'll be fine. Yeah, totally fine. Okay. I gotta imagine that's enough for radiators. The solar panels also kind of collect and dispense heat, so that's probably fine. Use radial radiators and place the drills on top of the radiators. Why would I do that? Why do that? They only transfer through 4 parts? Really? Okay. Well, could always put the radiators on top of the battery, like this. Now we're kind of getting into the radiators being really low next to the doors. Put the drills on top of the radiators. That isn't. Why would I use radial ones? These ones are way more efficient. Let's just give it a shot. I'm gonna give my ideas a shot here. My ideas don't work, then I'll go with yours. Yours are probably better. We'll see. Okay, so we have this. I'm gonna have that. That's good. Now the drills I'm gonna put on the batteries. Come on now. Come on now. Wow, hello frame rates. It is really not liking me moving these drills around. I need to do them separately. I don't want them to have symmetry. Because if they have symmetry, then they're all gonna have the same settings. And I want to have them set up before we get out there. That way I don't have to pay for it. Because you have to pay resources to switch the modes on these. And I don't want to do that. As high as you can go. Then we'll adjust it from there. I don't think I'll need 4 drills, to be honest. I think 2 drills is probably good enough. But I do want to just kind of experiment with this a little bit. Make sure for power and test it for power and things like that. So let's move this in like this. Maybe you come out like a little bit. I don't know. Maybe like... I don't like how it's diagonal like that, but it'll have to be the way it is. That'll be good. Now this one. If I just move them about the same distance, should be fine. Okay, let's do this right here. This. The chat is going nuts. I can see it in my periph, and I'm not even... Like, I can see it, but I can't. So I will read it. I will. Just not quite yet. All right, what's you guys got? You can put the drills with symmetry and configure the drills separately. I can configure them separately after I launch the vehicle, not before. And if I do it after I launch the vehicle, I have to pay for it. And I don't want to pay for it. So if I do it without symmetry now, I can configure them individually in the spaceplane hangar without having to pay for it later. Because you have to pay material kits, machinery, things like that. You have to... It takes resources to switch the modes. It's weird, but it does. So it's like, I don't want to spend the resources to switch the modes. Press F in offset mode. What? Why? Offset mode? There's an offset mode? I'm confused. I know, move, rotate. What mode are you talking about? All right. See, now the problem with this is that I also can't have these tanks again. So I'm going to have to ship these tanks separately and connect them. I think that's probably okay. I'd like these to be higher, though. That's the only problem right now, is they're too low. If I raise them up like this, I have to push them back. Like, maybe like this. It kind of sinks them into the batteries a little bit, but I think it's high enough now to where it won't push the whole base up. That's probably good. So we'll get these fairly symmetrical like that, and then just kind of back them in. Like that. Like this. Oops, let's pick this up. A little bit too high. That ought to do it. Right about in the middle of the other battery, so like about there. And then how about this? It's good. And then this one will go up. I've got a lot to learn about how this new life support system works too. So it's going to be an experiment there as well. I think that's good. Now when the drills drop, I don't think they'll drop too far. I don't think. I think that's good in order for this not to push the whole unit up. Okay, so I think for now, this will be okay for now. This will be the first shipment that we start with our base, and then I think we'll send the material kits and stuff with containers. There's no reason to have to break things down while we're on Kerbin. We can just ship it out there. So I think this is the first one. So we need to get it off of the landing pad or off of the landing strip so that we can launch something else to the landing strip too. So I'm going to put this on wheels. How to do that, I wonder. Structural. All right, I got an idea. How about we take a little truss like this? It's not quite level with the legs, so let's copy it. And then we'll just kind of offset this. Like this. So that's pretty close. And then I'm going to take, I think, one of these 4x4s. Yeah. That's good. So this is like a platform for it to sit on. I like that. Okay. And the wheels can come up. Yeah, I could probably just drop them down, though. It's not a big deal to have them down. Okay, so with that, we need wheels on this. So how about we go... yeah, these little rover wheels are probably okay. Go symmetry. We want this radial symmetry. About like that. Might be a tad bit high. I think it's probably too high. I think we need to raise this up a tad bit. Just the wheels, though. So maybe like that. And like that. It's probably good. Yeah, I can dig that. Yeah. Okay. So who's going in the first module? We're going to probably... Well, a pilot's required. A pilot is required for logistics, so I need a pilot at least. We might as well just leave Kit and Doug in here. They're an engineer and a pilot. That's probably fine. So we'll take this unit out to the grass. That sounds like a plan. Let's call this, I don't know, KSC base, ground base demo. Okay, that works for me. Okay, let's put this on the landing. Do I have solar panels? Yep. Radiators? Yep. Okay. Now, if I'm gonna set this up, right? Set the drills up, right? Configure the drills. So, in order to configure the drill, I have to deploy it. That's okay. It's not going to be deployed into this because this whole thing is going to be gone by the time we deploy this. So, I think I want one on minerals. One on... I'm not really sure. Probably for the sake of our little colony, probably silicates. 3 can just be on dirt, I suppose. We can sift dirt to get any resource we want. So I can leave that on dirt, I suppose. I'm not sure what the separators do, though. Like, there's an S1, it says minerals, which I'm assuming this minerals to substrate simply means that if I click this button, it will go to substrate. But, like, I'm not sure, like, what this is for. That's new to me. I know that these drills, like, convert and sift things by themselves, but... Let's see. So, let's read the comments. Maybe somebody has an idea here. Offset equals move. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. Why am I pressing F? Why I'm in move? Offset local. Offset absolute. Okay. Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. Thank you for that. I've never known that existed. Never knew that existed. That makes so much sense. Thank you. Thank you. That's good. I'm going to be using that constantly now. This is why we do this in live chat now. That's good. Okay, so that's pretty much all you got. Cool. Okay, so I think that's good for this drill. I have this to be minerals to ore. No, I think I want that minerals. I don't know what this does. That's why I'm going to test it out. All right, this drill is going to be gypsum. And then probably, let's do one on uranium, I suppose. And then we'll do another that's rare metals. I don't know. Like, I don't know what this does, so. This one, I don't really think I need this many drills, to be honest. I think 2 drills is probably good enough. But I suppose you can never have too many. Unless you're, you know, if you need one more, then you can just run it. If you don't need it, then you just don't run it. So, fine. This one can grab water. This one can grab... How about ore? And then maybe more dirt. Substrates, maybe. I don't know. This one is going to be, I think, just all ore. We're going to need lots of ore, so I think I'll just put all this on ore. 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 And ore. Because the ore is going to get converted to fuel, and the fuel is going to be used to resupply the electricity, especially in the dark. So that's probably good. Okay, I think I'm all set. Let's save this as ground-based demo. And we'll just launch this. Let's get the drills up. I wonder if the settings for the drills actually reset when I bring them back up. Let's see. Gypsum, uranium, and rare metals. Nope, it stays the same. That's what I was hoping for. Okay. Okay, let's launch. We'll get this out in the grass. And then we're going to bring out the Pioneer module after that. And then I'll probably... Actually, I need a way to get all those tanks out there. I might need to design a big semi-truck kind of thing, which will be really easy with the rover parts I have, so that should be pretty simple. Yeah, okay. Let's try... Whoa, hello. Don't bounce around too much here. Where do we want this? I think the easiest place is probably just back here. probably the simplest. Look at the texturing in the grass. Oh. Stock visual terrain. You spoil me. All right. I think I kind of wanted it to be over here, but it might be too difficult to get it there. Whoa, now. The wheels are inverted. That's going to be strange. Well, it should probably still work. Let's slow this down a bit. Going a little too fast for my liking here. Got to take this nice and slow. We're really top heavy. But we have a wide base for our wheels. They just don't have a whole lot of clearance. Yeeks. Whoa, we got some sponginess, but we're good. All right, let's turn it this way. This is working out really well, actually. I like it. Let's bring it this way. I kind of want it to be... I mean, right here would work for a sample, you know? Right here would be just fine. I don't think there's anything... I don't know what's going on with the white line here. I think this is like maybe a biome split. I think this is where the biomes separate. I think so. Okay. And I was on the shores and I'm still on the shores. I don't know what happened. Okay. I think we'll just stop it right here. This is probably a good spot. Probably. Yeah. Now where is the... That's the habitation module. That's that's agricultural. So the flexotube is here. Okay, good. So when we get the other module, we'll just bring it right up to this backside. That's fine. Let's put the brakes on. Good. Let's get the engineer out. And I guess you're just going to have to go for it, buddy. It's a tough fall, but you're tough, Doug McKerman. You're tough. You're a big tough guy. Okay. Let's, yeah, let's just disassemble. Don't tip over. You're fine. You're fine. Totally fine. Totally fine. Totally fine. Everything's fine. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. Oh, and it's down. And it's good. All right. Base is somewhat delivered. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Let's get rid of this first, I think. No, this first. No, this has child parts. Okay, fine. Down, down, and last piece, down. All right, the base is deployed. Yay. Okay, so we're on flat land. This is where the base would be. The habitation module is here. Can I deploy it? I need 8,000 material kits to deploy this. You see how expensive it is to deploy it once you're out here? It's ridiculous. 8,000 material kits just to expand it. It's probably because you need to manufacture somehow the parts and the tables and the beds and things that would go inside the habitation module. So, okay, so how about that's the flexotube. Oh, the flexotube is, yep, that's on that side. So can we expand the workshop at least? Can we deploy that? I need 2,000 material kits to do that. Okay, so it's going to take resources to deploy everything, looks like. Yep, 1,000. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll probably just leave Doug here. He can't get back in the module, so kit's in there, so we have control of it still. Speaking of that, let's get the solar panels out. That way we don't run out of electricity. I mean, we're not going to do much with it, but at least we'll have it out. Okay, now let's go back to the Space Center. We'll go back and make our second piece, which I guess will probably be the Pioneer module and stuff. Probably. Yeah, so I need to take it off the launch pad. I need to take it off the landing strip because the game will not allow me to launch another craft on the landing pad, on the landing strip, if there's already something there. So I have to move it off of it. So now the craft is slightly off of the landing strip. And as a result, like the runway, I'll be able to launch something else now. That's the reason why I had to move it. So let's go back here. We can set up several different base ideas, honestly. The only downside with that is that if I ever want to take off on a plane, like a big SSTO, all of the base components, all the base parts would then be in physics range. So I don't really want to do more than one at a time. It's really cheap to just recover all of it, so that's good. I'm going to save this model because this deployment model seems to work fine. So let's just kind of maybe put that over here. Take this, get rid of it. And now we need, let's do the Pioneer module. The Pioneer module is going to have, I think it's going to be the primary center for our like habitation stuff, probably. Although we probably want to connect it to the medical bay and stuff too. I'm not entirely sure. That's why this is a brainstorming stream. I'm just kind of going off the cuff here and being like, what am I going to do? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But all this planning, all this stuff goes into these episodes. This is the reason why KSP episodes don't happen as often as other series, because the other series is just like record the mission and export, right? Or record, slap your intro, your end card, clean up your voice track, and export and upload. With KSP, there's a whole bunch of stuff that has to happen before an episode can be recorded. And even after it's recorded, it's likely several hours worth of playing to get a 30-minute video. So it takes a lot longer to do this. I can understand now why a lot of YouTubers don't do KSP. And the ones that do are almost exclusively KSP. Because you kind of have to choose. You're going to do just KSP or you're going to do other things. I've seen a lot of people who already do a lot of other things. They've tried Kerbal Space Program. They did like 10 episodes worth, maybe 15 episodes worth. And then they just sort of, the series just kind of died because they realized just how much time it takes to make one episode. And it's not economical for their growth, you know. But like I've said countless times to everyone who watches the series, I'm doing this for me, not for viewers. So I get enjoyment out of trying it. It's not about money or viewers. All right, how about we go with... See, I'd like to do the Kerbitat. I'm looking at this new life support system where the habitation, and I want to get something that's going to give a lot of habitation. This has a workshop, efficiency factor to it. Ground efficiency, 17%. It's got a life support recycler. It doesn't tell me about habitation. It's not telling me habitation. Minimum crew required to operate. So the Kerbitat, does the Kerbitat tell me habitation? Come on now. Habitation right here, 2 months. 2 months. That's not long. That's not long at all. This is going to be very difficult. Maybe our life support base ends up being K and K. If it's only a test, why not sandbox mode? Well, one, because it's easier to transfer my craft to the real thing if I already have the craft file in the save. It's not hard to move it. But two, it also allows me to design things around parts that I exclusively only have available to me with my current level of science. And I get to play around with it and do things with Kerbals that are already in the game, like already in the save file, you know? Like all you guys, so works that way. I'm kind of thinking because of habitation... Because of that new habitation requirement, we may have to not do this. Is there... Like, I want to know, as far as habitation goes, this is going to use 2 colony supplies per hour. Kerbitat. Colonization module. Living module. Okay. Maybe this is what I need. But it only has 1 crew capacity. It's really efficient for the workshop, though. Living module, life support extender. I don't know. Maybe we'll try that instead. There's this new life support thing is going to throw me for a loop, which is why we're going to test it on Kerbin. So let's launch this instead. So with this one, deploy the legs. Let's grab the struts. Let's grab the... Where is it? The structural stuff right here. This truss. We'll just launch it the same way we'll deploy it the same way we just did. So it's equal with the legs right about there. Needs to be just a tad bit longer. And then we'll take the... Where's our cart? Here it is. Take the cart and slap that on the bottom of it. Okay, so that's our deployment mechanism, our deployment method. How about we take What are we going to attach to this? I think it's just flexotubes, really, because I'm going to attach other modules to it. So we're probably going to do like 3 different flexotubes. Although, how does the flexotube work, though? Do I have to attach it to another flexotube? Or can I just attach it to any attachable node space? I don't know. If it works exactly like a CCR2 port, then I would think I need another flexotube, like base on the other unit, right? I would think that's what I would need. So let's try that. If I go with... Oh, also, if anyone's following other series, or if anyone's following any of the other videos that I'm making on the channel, the next XCOM, the next Long War 2 episode will publish exactly when this stream finishes. So I've got it like right here on my screen. I'm ready to just hit publish, but I don't want to do it while the stream's still going. So it will publish right when this stream ends. And then tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, 9 o'clock p.m., I'm going to be playing Subnautica, like, blind. Like, it was sent to me by a guy named Marcus. Awesome. And I'm going to be playing that tonight. Completely blind. I've heard it's really great. It's a kind of a late... It's kind of in the late early access, if that makes sense. Like, it's in the later stages of its early access development. It's pretty stable. It's pretty complete, from my understanding. But I've never played it, so... That's going to be fun. Come on back to the channel then as well. Okay, so shameless self-promotions in the middle of everything. Let's take and put a bunch of flexotubes on this. I'm not sure I need all of it to be flexotubes. Oh, I need storage too. So how about we put... This is kind of cool. I don't think we need that many. What would we put in here? Not carborundum. That's super expensive. Watch this. Carborundum is the most expensive resource in the entire game. See the cost of the vessel right now? It costs currently just like basically $6,000, right? If I fill this up, it becomes 60 million. Carborundum is so expensive. It's a $60 million craft now because this tank is full. It's pretty nuts. Okay, so I think maybe we... Oh, I can change the texture. Oh yeah, black. Gotta do the black. Xenon gas, argon gas, liquid fuel oxidizer. Maybe water, but that's a lot of water. We could do chemicals. Chemicals would be nice. Chemicals is good for manufacturing stuff. Maybe I'll put some chemicals in this. It makes it way expensive, though. We don't need that many. We can make our own chemicals. We just need a container to store it in. Speaking of containers to store it in, like, how am I going to get these containers? I'm going to need a truck. That's all there is to it. I'm going to need a truck with some sort of way of dropping the tank off the truck once I get there, which will probably require some sort of... probably will require some sort of, like, crane. I have to build a crane? God, how many things am I going to have to build just to test the space idea out? Okay, flexotubes. Right, that's what we're doing. Getting distracted. Where's the flexotubes? Probably can go to the coupler, actually. If I go to coupling, there it is. Yeah, that'll work. Rotate it. Yep. That's good. Is it supposed to be out this far, or... It's got like several different distances you can attach this with. I never quite knew which one was right. I assume that's too far in, but... I assume that's the way to do it, but I don't know. Alright, let's attach it here. I think this side needs to be maybe agroponics. Give ourselves a bit more on the food and fertilizer and things like that. So let's put agroponics on this side. Or another habitation mod. You know, if I did another habitation, the inflatable habitation modules, they add 83.6 months to the habitation cycle. So it's 16 months, 16.8 months per Kerbal, with 4 Kerbals being affected. That seems like a lot. It's got a hab multiplier. I'm gonna do the habitation module instead. Because I don't think we need to store a whole lot of life support resources if we're just going to have all the stuff available to convert and make them. The purpose of this base is to supply the rest of the stuff with the life support stuff as well as the fuel. So if this base is the one making it, it would make sense that this would always have the supply to keep itself going, you know? Okay, so I think this is probably good. Habitation module, flexitube, flexitube, flexitube. Maybe just one. You could do another agriculture module. This is the colonization module, though. Maybe we'll just do another habitation. I do need people who are going to live here to have a higher habitation, so I think I'll do that instead. So you got a flexitube on this side, a flexitube on this side, and then habitation there and a habitation here. I can dig that. What are we going to put on the top? Ranger airlock. Small airlock suitable for attachment to the Ranger or Duna modules. Okay, well, we can put this... I guess... Not sure that's necessary, is it? Can't I just get in through here? It says a crew hatch. Should be able to just get in through there, right? I think so. I'm going to go assuming that that's the case. Okay, on the top of this, then, maybe we'll put some... Maybe put some sort of a... Oh, here we go. Maybe one of these. Observation cupola? That's pretty small. The Nomomatic. Yes. A bunch of noms. Yes. Again, I'm thinking it's supposed to sit in like this. Yeah. A bunch of noms. That makes sense to me. On the sides, we could put some supplies of some kind. So maybe we take some life support supplies. These are really small, though. Not sure that's required. Maybe a life support tank. Like this. That just seems weird to me. No, I'm not going to do that. We'll have life support in the bigger tanks. The truck will take the tanks. Fertilizer tank. Yeah, that's probably fine. Do we want any drills on this? No. Don't think so. What else do we want on this? Maybe some lights. Might be nice to have lights. Automated industrial strip miner. Okay, new ideas happening. Not on this, of course, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe we stick those big drills on the top of our big tanks. Yeah, thinking. Might do that. Okay, so let's take this module. I don't think I want anything on the legs for this one. I think it's probably okay. If I do anything, maybe batteries. You're never going to have enough batteries. You can never have too much power, especially if you're going to put it on mid-miss. The nighttime is super long, so I'm thinking batteries is the way to go here. Probably like these big battery banks. If I put this in some sort of like a radial mode, then they're going to get in the way of the windows, though. It's fine the way it is. Okay, who's going on this one? Who's going? Sandriel, can you get out? Where's your door? Right there. Yeah, you can get out. Okay. All right, we'll take Sandriel. Will take this out there. Anything else I need to worry about? Maybe battery power. How much power do we have in this? See, we only have 1,200 electric charge, but I think that's enough to get to the other base. I'm pretty sure that is. So I'm gonna launch this now. Yeah. We'll say demo 2, I guess. Okay, this should be fine. Spends loads of time to get the face cam working again. No, actually, I still have no idea why the face cam sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. But it just seems to be working now. I make the resolution of the camera very low. This is a 1080p webcam, but I'm streaming my face in like 360p. Because if I go any higher resolution, it craps out on me, so okay. It's got to do with the way Windows 10 handles compressed video for webcams. It's a very well-known issue amongst those who have webcams and with Windows 10. This model specifically, the Logitech C920 specifically, as well as a few other Logitechs, but it's just Windows 10 doesn't like to handle video, compressed video. Because their own app, go figure, does uncompressed, and so naturally they want you to go to the Windows Store. Yeah, I forgot my steering controls are reversed, so yeah. Okay, so if I'm understanding the flexotubes correctly, they work like CCR2 ports. So, hello. Yep, this having my steering be backwards is pretty weird. They work like CCR2 ports, so I don't really need to be perfectly lined up. I should be able to just connect this tube regardless of where the space ends up. So, just pull this up to the other module. Doug's just hanging out outside. Just being like, what's up, guys? And I'm thinking this is probably good. We can go a little closer. I thought the brakes would be a little bit weaker than that. Let's maybe get a little bit closer like this. This isn't going to be perfect because it's going to flop all over the place when I get the wheels off of it. This is good. Okay. So now we'll switch to Doug. What's up, Doug? We'll switch to Doug, and we'll have him get these wheels off of here. It's okay. Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. I need to do these wheels really quickly so that they don't just start rotating on me. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so that's good. Let's get rid of this. Boom. Awesome. And I know I'm wasting the opportunity to get material kits here, but we're just gonna haul them over here, so it's okay. Okay, so if I understand the CCR2 ports correctly, the flexotube correctly, I should be able to just do this. Flexotube. Why can't I link it? There it goes. Ah, see? There it is. Ah, yes. The flexotube. Aha. Okay, and then link it to here. Link. Boom! That is cool. I like it. I like it. That's awesome. I wonder what the range on that is. That's got some pretty good range already. I wonder how far I could go with that. All right, cool. So there's that. I don't think I can get Doug inside. I don't know when he becomes a tourist because he's on his home planet. I can't imagine he needs life support when he's on his home planet, right? That would be silly, wouldn't it? If the Kerbal needed life support while he's just standing out here on his own planet. I think that would be a bit silly. Okay, so let's go a bit to the Space Center. We'll go back to the spaceplane hangar and we'll make... when did I start the stream? We started this an hour ago. Plus there's about 10 minutes or so of music leader, so I got about another half hour, I guess. Okay, cool. Warp until 12, but why? Don't you like the sunrise? It's adequate light. I think it's fine. I like this. I like the sunrise. The good morning light, the orangish morning light. It's nice. I like it. I intentionally started the stream right at like dawn in the game, just so like the whole time we're doing this, it would stay daylight. At least I was hoping it would. So 50-meter range? Really? That seems really excessive. That's awesome. Okay, so we've got all this stuff done. We got the miners, we've got the life support stuff, probably habitation, good. Now we need to get our resources. So I don't think I'll need the cart anymore. I don't think I'll need this cart anymore. I want to save it, but it's really easy to just make that again, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's really easy. Okay, let's make a truck to haul all that stuff where we need it to be hauled. So how about back to USI? No. How about, where's rover parts? Here's the logistics parts. And these are the containers I want. I want the big ones. I want these. I want these massive containers. I don't need massive containers for everything, but for fuel or ore and things like that, we're going to be using really big containers. And I think probably with material kits, we'll be using really big containers too. And specialized parts. That's going to allow us to build really big things when we need to. So this is going to hold 28,000 material kits in it. And it's going to cost 300 grand to ship that over there. I don't need this many. So how about we just go, like, maybe fill it up to about there. So how do we haul that? Honestly, I don't need to do the really big tanks just to test the concept. I can launch the bigger, because all it is extra storage. So okay, so we need to get it up there though. So rovers, and we'll use the Malamute parts because it just makes a really big, like, Malamute does a really good truck. Do I still have the truck that I made from, hang on, don't save, it's just a cabin. Do I still have the truck that I made before? Yes, I have an ore truck. Here it is. Okay, so I made a truck before that I thought would be really nice to haul ore, because I thought my base would have to be in 2 separate locations and I'd have to haul the ore. This is before I realized logistics is a thing. So I made this ore truck, which could move across the surface of a planet and haul things from one place to another, like a semi-truck, right? So there's this really big container and it holds a whole bunch of ore, and we would take it over to the base where it would be converted. That was kind of nice. Now I don't need that specifically. I just need a whole bunch of stuff. The only problem with testing this idea, though, is how am I going to... Malamutes are small. What? Malamutes are not that small. You said try the caribou instead. Look at the caribou. It's smaller than the Malamute. Look at this. Malamute is small. I mean, I guess it's not... I guess it is kind of bigger. But I feel like the caribou is meant for more permanent things. To where the... I don't know. I think they're kind of the same size, aren't they? What's the size for, like, a trailer? Like a... Like, if I wanted a flatbed wheel bay for a caribou... I feel like they're the same size. I feel like they're the same size. I don't see that much of a difference between them. Other than, I mean, yeah, the cabin's smaller, but it's just for less Kerbals, right? Like the caribou one can hold 3, and the Malamute holds 2. I don't think they're that different. My biggest thing right now, though, is how do I get the tank off the truck? That's the thing. How do I get the tank off the truck? I need some sort of a way to make that happen. I'm not sure how to do it. They're going to need some sort of a crane. Now, there are construction parts. We do have wheels. We have this truss. Wondering what this truss does. What does this do? I don't know what that does for me other than the same thing as this is already doing. This is a humpback truss. This is a counterweight. Forklift. Okay, hang on. Forklift is good. Getting somewhere now. But where would I put that? Do I put that on... How does this work? Okay, so it goes that way. So... the forklift... trying to figure out how this thing actually works. Okay, that's deployed. That's deployed, so... Okay. I think I'm starting to maybe get it. Wow, it's just weird, like, how that reacts. Like, I don't know how that... What do I attach that to make that happen? It just folds really strangely. This is kind of what I'm looking for, though, I think. I think I kind of need something like this. I just got to understand how that's working. how that reacts to being deployed and stowed. Because it's going to bend that way. So if that's the case, I'd like it to be flat against the truck when it's stowed, right? And that makes sense. So if that's the case, whoops. Then I'd like to maybe, hold on. No, that's not it. Okay. It moves really strangely. Can't be this. No, it can't be that. Like the whole... I need to flip it over. I know that much. Probably needs to go like this. It kind of looks to me like it wants to fit like this. But then this is going to scoot this way, and it does something strange then. Yeah, because then it's going to come down. So it's almost like it wants to be... Hold on. Where is this? Malamute flatbed. Now I can't even click the thing. I can't click it. It's not allowing me to click it. Nope. I can click the flatbed, but I can't click the... Hold on. How does this work? I know that this is very close to what I'm looking for. Adjustable wheel. Cradle. Put the long folding wheels on each container. Well, I mean, I could just wheel all those containers out with a probe attached to them, and like I just did the other one. But I'm trying to find a solution. I'm trying to learn sort of a deployment solution that I could execute on these planets, because when we deal with huge stuff like that, actually, you know, if I just bring a ton of material kits out there and a ton of specialized parts out there, I could probably just construct these tanks. I think that might be more expensive, though. This is costing me money to do this, so I had to do a contract in order to get enough money for this. And then I rescued Kit and them guys, which I know the last live stream it looked like a failure, but I recorded it. It's going to be part of the next episode. It's already done, so just a simple thing like that. But this forklift it just behaves really strangely to me. I'm trying to figure out how it's going to fold that way. Okay. So, like, it would make sense to me that if it's going to fold this way to stow, that it would come out to deploy. But it kicks out like that. That's the strange part. Is it deploys differently than it stows, and it wants to be like this. I'm wondering... Yeah, and then it goes way up like that. Like, I don't know what to think, you know? This is construction. Yeah, you're telling me a winch, but the thing is, I still need to be able to move the container once it's on the surface. And I don't want to have wheels attached to every container, but I might have to. But even with the winch, it's not going to matter, because in order to put the tank on here, I have to have it attached. Designed to go on the front of a truck. It's clunky as heck. It is really clunky. It doesn't seem like it works like a forklift. I would have imagined the forklift would have been fairly like two stationary pipes with the fork in the front, and then it would just go up and down, and it would expect you to, like, you know, actually move a vehicle towards it. But that's just deploying in a really strange way, and I'm not sure I can use that. It just seems like it's not gonna work the way I want it to work. So, I think the construction parts are kind of out for consideration. So if that's the case, then I can't use what I was going to use before. I had this all sorted out before, but I was using Infernal Robotics before, and I don't have that mod now. So now I'm trying to find, like, what do I do if I don't have Infernal Robotics? Because before, I just had these tracks that would just go out, and then I would tilt them up with a hinge, and then the platform that those were on would just lower down to the ground. Then I'd take a rover, and I'd connect it with the claw. Then I could detach it from the trailer that I had with Infernal Robotics, and then the rover would just take it from there. It was seamless. It was very good. I liked that system a lot, but I don't have Infernal Robotics now, so it's different. Why did you put a docking bay on the rover? A docking bay on the rover? Oh, well, because there was a solution before. The base was going to have a place for it to dock, so that the rover could recharge, and it was just kind of a stylish thing, like an aesthetic preference, because this right here can actually extend out. It's kind of cool. It retracts and extends. So the base was going to have a port, and I was going to pull the rover up next to it, and then just extend this and dock to it, so that Kerbals could get into the truck and get out of the truck without having to go outside. It was just something I was playing around with as an idea, but I mean, that's what this is for. It's not going to do anything else, right? This body's not. The purpose of it is not for anything else. So, like, what else am I going to put there? A battery? I guess maybe, but I don't know, guys. Try those large folding wheels. The last one on the tab. Okay, large folding wheels. Let's try that. Logistics, construction, large folding wheels. The PAL wheels? Or the adjustable wheels? Probably the PAL wheels. Motored. Maybe do these on the tanks, you mean? But even if I do that, though, I need to be able to detach the tank from the trailer and then control it. So I'm still going to need another vehicle. This is a transport vehicle to get it in position for another vehicle to then get it in position. So I'm still going to need another, like, rover of some kind. But that's okay. Like, I can build a rover to move things on the surface. It's the transfer from this vehicle to the other vehicle that I had figured out before, and I don't have it figured out now. Because I don't have Infernal Robotics. You said construction. The PAL wheels. So I'm putting the winch goes on the module. Go to your servo menu. Servo menu. Yeah, servo menu. No idea. I'm assuming it's here, but if I take the forklift, are you talking about the forklift or PAL ladder, counterweight? I really think this forklift was the solution. I really thought that this was the solution. Okay. So let me see. If I was to move this. Oh, now it's not gonna let it. Okay, it is gonna display it in the editor. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was gonna actually display it in the editor. Okay, so if I was to, I need to deploy it. That's the whole goal. So let's see this. The forklift I think can work. If I do it right, it can work. If I put the forklift here, okay. Now, can a container go on this? That's the question. Can a container go on this? Because that's what I'm looking for. I'm just so sure that this forklift is what I want. I just have to make it work. If I take containers, like, let's just try like a 375. Can I put this on the forklift? It looks like I can. Until I can't. Like, it looks like I can until it doesn't let me. It's not letting me connect it to anything. Which tells me I probably have to set it on top of it while I'm already out of the... That's not what I want to do. If I say... Maybe I have to deploy it first. If I deploy... Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's turn this around. I got it. I think I got this. If I turn this around... like this. No, that's not right, apparently. It's the main piston. Is it already... Can I not bring this further this way? Now it's not doing anything at all. I don't get it. It's not doing anything now. Do I have to stow it before it'll do anything? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, how do you work? Now you're not doing anything. I had you deployed, but now you're not doing anything. You may have the wrong bed on your truck. Why would I have the wrong bed on my truck? It's a bed. It's just a... And I could put other things, but why? It's the same thing. Put a truss on first. So... You think I should put on the truss? The multi-mount truss like this? Or maybe I put the mount on the... Hang on. If I wish I could put this on the very end, but... See, it won't even let me connect anything to this. This doesn't get anything connected to it. It's just a matter of picking things up. So there's still no way for me to actually bring a container on this truck. And now it's going to stow that way, which is the opposite of what I thought it would do. It doesn't actually fit anywhere that I thought it would. Okay. That's similar to what I was looking for, except I don't want that extension piece. Well, it's close. Now you would deploy out the back, right? But now you're going to be backwards. Yeah. Well, maybe not. If I can move you down. Fork traversal. Can I move this down at all? It's not doing anything. Okay. Just trying to figure out how this servo reads. Like, now it's off to the side and like, what in the world? Okay. That moves that way. It moved, but then it won't move. Like it's not consistent. It's not showing me anything consistent. And there's no explanation as to what G or F means. No explanation at all. That goes like that. Okay. This comes this way. Apparently it's just a 1 or a 0 then. Yeah, I guess it's just a 1 or a 0. Okay, so that moves that way. This is going to move back. All the way over there. And then back all the way over here. If I zero it out, you don't actually move back. Okay. Only works in containers. Forgot which part it is. Grabs them and allows you to release them faster. Make the container with wheels and attach it to the body of the truck. Detach it easily. I'm just reading your comments right now because you guys see things that I don't see because I'm so close to it, you know, like involved with playing around with it that I'm not seeing what you're seeing probably. I would like to know how to get this to be, all I want is for this to go from the truck and the lower to the ground, and that's obviously the way this has to work, but now I'm not getting any feedback for it. Now, see, now it's not really working much anymore. So there's goal and free, and then there's stop. So if I go all goal, I don't even know what that means. I don't do construction stuff. I have no idea what that means. I don't work construction, so the fact that it says free or goal doesn't mean anything to me. That's not what I want to do. Okay, add the forklift again. Put the truss on the forks. Put container on. I can't put the truss on the forks. There's no attachment point on the fork. So if I go to the forklift, which I still, the orientation of said forklift is still like, questionable. Okay. Now if I want to put a truss on the forklift, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't allow me to do that. Or maybe it does. Or maybe it does. No, it doesn't. It's not actually connected to it. It's just working and operating very strangely. The end goal should be to have this stupid thing like this with the container on it, ready to lower it down for my guys. That's the whole goal here. Right? That's the goal. But the problem with it is that stowing it is difficult because it doesn't really react the way I planned on it. It doesn't react the way I thought it would react. Okay. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. Yeah. I don't think this is gonna work because the controls just don't make any sense. This is way easier. This was way easier with Infernal Robotics because you could say point A, point B. I want you to go from A to B. This one doesn't seem to have that. It just has like this. Look at these numbers are going up and down. So apparently this is moving right now. But I don't see it moving. Okay, it is kind of moving. It is moving right now. It's moving extremely slowly, but it's moving. This is the speed. This is speed, not... Oh. These numbers are speed. Not positioning. So if I go 0, it stops. Okay, we're getting somewhere. But I still don't know where to position the forklift on the truck. You should try the modular truck thing instead of playing with that fork. Modular truck. Okay, so you're saying basically have a separate trailer for every tank. Or a separate trailer for every container and just hook the truck up to the container, wheel it out. And then do what with the trailers? Break them down for material kits? I suppose I could. That might be the way to go, because this forklift thing is really... It's just not intuitive. I'm sure it has some function, but it's just not intuitive. So if we're going to do it the way you're saying, then what I'd probably do is take away some of these wheels. Have this be the truck, right? And then what I can do is... I don't need all this stuff, but I'm going to keep it anyway. What I could do then is make... Let's see. Go back to Malmute. Malmute. Rover. Geology bay, rear airlock, service bay, storage tank. This is a storage tank right here, right? Yeah. How about we do it this way then? Can I put the back docking port on there like this? Kind of can. Like this. And then it can extend. Okay. Yeah, let's just try this. So if I was to... I have to make a trailer though. If I make a trailer... If I make a tank of some kind, or a big container, USI, big container, let's just do a 5, why not? Go big or go home, right? It's too big. We're going home with a smaller container. If I was to attach this as such, right? And maybe even just, we can maybe even offset it to where it kind of fits up and lines up, you know? If I make this to be material kits, and maybe make it like half full, whatever. If I did that, then I'd need, this will be the trailer for it, right? So how do I keep this middle barrier here then? I'm wondering how I can keep that. If I go, there's got to be a part for that, right? Control module, adapter plate, storage tank short. I guess I could just put it on a storage tank. It kind of looks the same. So something like this. So take this docking port, for example. It's not going to let me dock it. Okay, well, there you go. We'll go like, where is it? Regular docking ports then. Not the ones that come with Malamute, but the regular ones. Coupling. Could even just do it with a structural element. Like, if I took, let's like say, this adapter, right? If I took like this adapter, put a docking port on the end of it, just a regular one, like a regular old docking port on the end of this, just to try as a trial. I actually don't even need that. I could just maybe just stick it right there. Right? Then do the other one. Lines up, put this on there, and just do that. Then ship it out, put it in position, and then the problem is breaking down all these trailers then. That becomes the next problem, is breaking down all the trailers. Because this thing is going to tip over, and... But when I break the stuff down, I do get more material kits from it, and then it'll add more material kits to the trailer, so maybe that's not a big deal. Yeah, I suppose we can try that. The K&K wheels self-decouple? Hold on. So I'm reading you guys' comments now, and it says use two times the docking ports you had. Well, I have that. I have it like that now, so we're good with that. So K&K wheels, they self-decouple when ready. K&K wheels. Let's investigate this. K&K wheels. You're talking about the attachment landing gear or another? Because I don't know of any other K&K wheels other than these. That seems small. Like really small. I'm going to leave it like this. Now, the thing though is like, I'd like this trailer to not be so many parts. Trailer is 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. If I could have the trailer just be one part, that would be better. But I don't think I can. No, I don't know when Infernal Robotics is going to be updated, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I don't. Like, you guys should see the truck I had before. Like, with Infernal Robotics, I have this truck just like this, the way it was, except the bed here has rails like actual rails that will motorize extend out. And so the cart would be on top of the rails, and then the cart would basically get set out like this. It would come all the way to the end of the rails, and then there's a hinge, and that hinge would just tip it down. And so it'd end up with the corner of this back piece on the ground, and the other one would be up on the trailer still, right? Then all I have to do is just break down that hinge with an engineer, bam, and then the whole thing will just drop, and it's done. Then I move on to the next, like done, piece of cake. For a more long-term solution, for a reusable solution, which doesn't involve me breaking down the hinge, in that case, the cart was on top of those, the container, not the cart. The cart is here. The container was up on top of these, where is it? These things, these universal pads, not the big one, but just for demonstrational purposes, was on top of this, right? And these have a whole bunch of attachment points. I think it was on a 2x2, this one. Yeah, it was on these 2x2s, right? So the track had those little railings from Infernal Robotics. There was a rail here and a rail here, and these platforms were on top of the rail. These platforms have attachment points on them. So the attachment point would then have one of those flat docking ports like I have on the station. Where are they? Right. Where is it? These little flat docking ports, right? So these little flat docking ports were right on top of this platform. Okay. Now the container would have another one underneath it. And those would be docked together in the VAB or during construction if I'm going to be doing it in orbit. They would be docked together already. Then when I'm ready to release them, I'd lower the cart just the same as before to where the corner was on the ground. I'd take a rover with a claw, grab a hold of that cart, then I decouple it here and just roll it away. And then I just refresh, bring it back. Next time you construct something, put one of those ports on it and rinse and repeat. And it was very cool. With Infernal Robotics, it was very easy. But this doesn't have the same ease. So I'm up for the challenge. I like the challenge. It's just different. I could try this out right now. The only concern I have is that when I break down the wheels, this is not flat. And so the container is going to end up rolling from one side or another. It's the only reason I don't control this, or I don't have this right now. So now I'm thinking I need a way to stop this from rolling over, because I'm pretty sure it will. We can test it, but I'm pretty sure it's going to roll over. Yeah, let's just test it. I'm pretty sure it will roll. Let's get we don't need anyone else. We could probably just bring Alejandro. We don't even need, honestly, we don't really need anyone in the cockpit, but I guess we could just bring, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. We'll bring Andre. Yeah, let's just launch it from here. So we'll bring this container over to the base that we're setting up. And then we'll try to deconstruct the trailer, which I don't think will work. I'm pretty sure the container is going to roll over. Once it rolls over, we can disassemble the trailer then. But then the problem becomes the container is not where I want to place it, which is fine for the first container. But if I want the second container right up against the first one, like in an orderly line, like an actual shipping yard would be, if I wanted that to happen, I wouldn't be able to do it. But okay, anyway, let's go ahead and get the truck over there. I like the Malamute. It works really well. There are 43,200 material kits in this container. More than we need. More than necessary. So we'll take this over towards the base. Now you notice the lights are glowing. And this is happening automatically. This is like an automated lights mod. I think it's called Crew Light. It's the mod that does this. And when you're near another craft, the lights will glow so that you can easily identify that you're close to another craft. So let's see. Where is the workshop? Workshop's there. What's this? What's this part right here? Habitation module. Okay, so I don't want to get in the way of that. What's this? This is agricultural is here. And then we have, that's the flex tube. This is a flex tube. No, that's habitation. We can actually put it right here. Yeah, that'll work. We'll just back it up. We'll just put it like right here. It's close enough, right? The one thing I didn't bring though was I didn't bring any CCR2 ports. I should have, but I didn't. Let's do this as a local warehouse. Yeah, local warehouse is on. So actually, I don't think I need it. I think because the material kits are really close by right now, I should be able to deploy everything, right? Can I deploy this habitation module? Can I deploy it? It's not letting me do it. Do I need this guy to do it? Yeah, it'll work now. Because the material kits are nearby, so it will work now. So we have that habitation module. This is high enough up to where we can walk right underneath it. That's nice. Deploy this one. That's cool. Let's run over here. We'll deploy the agricultural module. There we go. And then we can come over here and deploy the warehouse. Our truck is running away. That's fine. Okay, so all of the stuff is deployed now. No, there's this habitation module here which we can deploy too. Okay, cool. So the truck, we can back it up. And we've lost a lot of material kits. There's only 16,000 left. So we used a lot of them. But we only need them nearby. So like if my shipping yard idea, proof of concept, the shipping yard idea will work. Because these two modules are able to consume resources as long as those resources are within 150 meters away. But now the delivery method needs to work. So I'm just gonna maybe set this down over here. It just needs to be within 150 meters, so we don't need to have it close. So I'm just gonna back it up, and we'll set it over here. So we'll go ahead and undock this, and then we'll drive away. Okay, so the trailer's been delivered. We could just leave them on the trailers, honestly. We could just leave them on the trailer. And the trailer is not that much money or anything. It makes things easier to move around later, right? What if we just left them on the trailers? Would there be anything wrong with that? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so. I think that's probably fine. What do you guys think? Should I just leave the trailers intact? It doesn't look half bad. And if we ever want to move these things again for some reason, it'd be really easy to move them, right? We just pull our truck up. The reason why I like doing it with the Malamute is because it has more power. Like these wheels and stuff, they're pretty powerful. And the more wheels you add, I could just take this right here. Oh, my controls are still reversed. Need to fix that. I actually had it instinctually. Actually, here, why don't we just do it this way, because it doesn't matter. I think we're probably fine here. Yeah, so we'll just connect it, right? Dock to it, and we move. And we just go forward. Like, that's... Oh, the brakes are still on the trailer. There we go. That was weird. The trailer brakes were on, but the car brakes weren't. I think we just leave it, you know? Just leave it. Just leave the trailers. The trailers are super cheap. Cost nothing. And it makes it way easier to move it around later. I'm going to do that. That seems like the way to do it. Okay then. Well, in that case, let's undock this again. And we'll go away. And this base is kind of set up. Now we need to see if the mining works. Now the mining is with these drills. Oh, it brought me all the way to the monolith. Wow. This is the Bartman. This is Bartman Kerman's flag. Our lost heroes. Right. We'll pay tribute to Bartman really quick. Right. Okay, that's good. And then we'll come back over to our base. Now these drills right? If we deploy the drill, let's deploy this. Extend all radiators. Deploy the drill. What happens to the base? Don't get pushed up. Yeah, it's up high enough. Good. Okay, let's deploy all these drills. Car's still moving. It kind of looks cool with the car moving, doesn't it? It's almost like the base is alive, independent of us, you know? Kind of dig it, but we're gonna make it stop though. Unless I can't. Why can I not control this? I don't get it. I'm not out of electric charge. It won't let me control it. Hello? Control, please. I have no control. None. It's completely uncontrollable. Why? Why is it uncontrollable? Do I not have a Kerbal in there? I don't think I do. Where did the Kerbal that was in there go? I've been driving it this whole time. I'm really lost. This trailer's moving now too. Wait, what happened to the Kerbal that was driving the car? I'm so lost. Doug, go get the car. Go get the car, quick. Run after it. Go get it. Oh my god. I had a Kerbal. Like, it was in the car. I never ejected them. There was a Kerbal in there. Andre was driving the car. What happened to Andre? Smoke break. All right. Oh no! Don't get run over. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, come on, come on, come on! There it goes. Stopped by the hill. Oh, now we're gonna go back the other way. Oh, can we get in? Perform maintenance. You perform routine maintenance. Yes. Okay, now we'd like to get in the car though. Can we? Oh no, that's not what I want. Oh, there we go. Yes, this. No, this. Grab. Yes. Board. Where is Andre? Like, I don't get it. Where did Andre go? Where did Andre go? He was in here. Now I have to go get the trailer before it runs away too far away. Go get the trailer, Doug. Andre G. Kerman has decided that he's pulled the disappearing act. Look at this thing, it's still moving. Hold on. See, this is the fun stuff of Kerbal Space Program, is like just driving vehicles around on the surface and stuff. This is my favorite part, is surface stuff. And we got it. Okay, bring the trailer back. Yep, take the brakes off. Make sure the brakes are off. I think when we do these, we might have the trailers have more wheels. 4 wheels is probably fine. I like 6 wheels back here though. Okay, so what I should be able to do here, yep, bring it back, bring it closer. There we go. All right, hit the brakes. Everything is stopped, everything is braked. Or, yeah, brakes, right. And where did my other Kerbal go? Construction window, what's this? Malamute docking module, efficiency, workforce. We can construct things here? That's weird. Oh, that's for ground construction. So that's if you have the DIY kits. And I'm not doing ground construction. I don't like the way that happens at all. You send up a big box full of stuff and it makes itself. No, I don't like that. But that's the default now, unfortunately, with USI. Which is why I have extraplanetary launch pads installed, because I like that much better. All right, so if I was to, see, it won't let me undock this. Control from here. Control from here, right? So it won't let me undock this. Deploy bumper, sure. But, like, that's not going to do anything. I have to undock it from here. Okay, so does this mean that the brakes are still on? They should be, right? think the brakes are still on. That's my only concern with leaving the trailer, is that these things can just roll away. But we're on flat ground, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, Doug. Okay, Doug. I don't know where Andre went, but... Make the container... Make the trailer only the container plus wheels. If I do that, well, first off, I can't do that because these wheels will only attach to Malamute parts. It only attaches to the trailer. But the other reason why I wouldn't want to do that is because it would also make my docking ports at different elevations. So it'd make the docking process much more complicated. To where having the trailer adds an extra $1,000. Kerbal Space Program, that's nothing. Adds an extra $1,000 to the cost of the trailer, but it makes everything smoother. And I can use the Malamute wheels. And if I can only use the Malamute wheels with the Malamute rover, so like, and the wheels are awesome and they have good power and they really get up and they have good pulling power and stuff. So okay, so that being said, going back to the base now, the brakes are on. They should not be moving. And they don't seem to be moving. Okay, so if that's the case, I should be able to start the drill now. These drills need a place to actually put the ore, right? This is going to drill minerals, silicates, and dirt. Perfect. This is going to drill rare metals, uraninite, and gypsum. Great. This drill will grab ore. Looks like it only does ore. Yep, because each separator is only exclusively on ore. And then this one will do ore still, but also water and substrates. So now I just need an ore container to store the ore, right? That's all I need now. So here's the cool part about having the rover. Wait a minute. Kit and Sandriel are both in the base. Okay, I'm going to EVA Sandriel. It's EVA her. She'll fall down. Get back up. Hi. Sandriel's running around. Also, I have a suit mod installed. You can see our Kerbal's suits look differently. They look different depending on their class. And the suits are actually updated for all the different variations of classes that we have in the series now. So the people who are biologists and geologists and miners and technicians, all of those classes have their own logos. And they'll all have their own suits too. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and recover her. That's not going to recover the whole vessel, is it? It should just recover the Kerbal, right? Isn't that how that works? Because the Kerbal's outside the vessel. Yeah, we're past the hour and 30 mark. I know. I had about 10 minutes a liter, so I can cut it. But when I start these streams, these brainstorming streams, I'll have about 10 minutes of like a pre-show sort of music, kind of whatever, and that's just to sort of bring people. Allow people time to see that the stream is live and to come in to start. So there will be like a 10-minute, 8 minutes, 10 minutes or something every single time we do this. So the last thing I want to do before I end the stream is I want to bring another big container out, but I want to do it for ore. And that way I can see whether or not the logistics works in real time with the drilling. I'm assuming it does, but I want to make sure it does. So that's what we're going to do. So now I don't need to have this Malamute. I don't need to have the rover. I already have the rover out there. So by using the same trailer design, this consistent trailer design, right? What I want to do is make the root part be this docking port. That's the root part. Okay, good. Now I want to disconnect this. And now this is my craft, right? This is the craft we can deploy. And because it's consistent, the docking port, the trailer, the cars, whatever, because it's all consistent, all I have to do is take this container. Actually, I don't even have to do that. Let's undo that. I don't even have to move the container. I just need to switch the resource. So if we switch this to ore, right? Now it's just a big ore trailer. Piece of cake, right? So launch it. We don't even need a driver or anything. Let's just launch it. Or you don't have no control. That's fine. Launch it anyway. And because of that, now I can take the Malamute rover that's already on the surface. I'll just pull it up to this, grab it, and bring it over where we need to be. I think it's really awesome. I think this is really going to be great. Bye, Alex. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. The stream is almost over, so I just want to see if the ore drills and stuff will work with the containers. Might not add another docking port in the back of the trailer. Well, I mean, there's the whole why thing, and then there's the whole why not thing, and I have mostly a why for that question. Because like do regular semi trailers? Do you find them with, you know, hitches and stuff to hook up trailers and stuff to hook up trucks? Do you see those with the connections on both sides of the trailer? No. I don't know why it would be necessary to have it on both sides. I guess that's the only. There's like the why and why not argument for that, and I am a why guy, not a why not guy. So like if I need something, there's a reason for me to put it there, and then I don't really do a whole lot of things. I don't really do a whole lot of things with the why not question. I do things with the why question, and I just don't see a purpose for it to have a connector on the other side. I don't know. I guess if there's some other purpose for it, cool, but I just don't see it right now. What's with the wheels here? These wheels are not symmetrical. Look at this. What happened to these wheels? They're not symmetrical. The back wheels of this truck are not symmetrical. Uh-oh. Hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna need to recover this rover, because this rover does not have wheels that are symmetrical. I don't know what happened with that, but it doesn't. Come on in, little trailer. Yep, come on in, buddy. Oh, what are you doing? Hold on. Oh, dear. Oh, jeez. There we go. Back it up. Nice. And we're good. All right. Let's take it to its destination. Like a train. Oh, well, you know, actually, now that you've said train, now you're making sense. Now I have the why, right? That's not a bad idea. The only problem I potentially see in that is that I need to add one to the trailer, but that's a good idea. Actually, that's not bad. Because then I'd be able to haul 2 containers at once. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. I'll bite on that idea. Sure. Yeah, okay. Let's bring this right up next to the material kits, because I want to see if it starts to fill up with the drills. Which would be really interesting to see if the container starts to fill up while it's still in motion. That would be also an interesting idea to see. Let's actually test that out. So the drill, right? We can start the ore drill. So it's pumping ore right now, right? It's doing its ore thing, right? And what about this one? Let's start the other ore drill. Start the ore drill. Okay. So both of those are pumping ore right now. And they need a place to store it. There's only one place to store ore, and that's this trailer. So I would think, unless it doesn't have anywhere to store it, that this trailer would start getting things filled up, which is kind of interesting to me. I don't know if that works that way, which is why I'm testing it out. I don't see anything in here yet, though. Let's pull it right up next to it. It's probably fine. This is probably good enough. Yeah, this is good enough. So we'll go ahead and make sure that we're controlling from here. Then we'll detach. And then we'll turn up the brakes and go. Okay, so this ore tank is sitting over here. And what I want to know is, with it sitting over there, does the ore that's getting mined, does that actually go over there with planetary logistics? I would think it doesn't. Efficiency, it says 21%. It says its ore is full. Okay, so it's not. It's not going there. So the ore tank needs to be directly connected. Okay, that's good to know. Ore needs to be directly connected. So since we know that, since ore needs to be directly connected, we know that now. We'll go back and I'm going to dock to this trailer, and then I'll recover the vessel. And we'll end the stream there. So we know that we need ore tanks to be... Now the fuel that gets converted, I'm not so sure about that though. Let's recover this. This also means we no longer have Doug on board. We need to bring a miner to the base anyway. So I'm thinking that how do you stop the car from the ramp? I don't know. But the trailer idea, I like that actually. That's good. I didn't think of that. Let's try this one more time. I don't think people are going to care if the stream keeps going, honestly. I like the stream anyway, so. By the way, for those of you just joining, thank you for watching. If you're interested in any of the other series that I have, I'm also playing Mass Effect Andromeda. We're doing a really awesome story-focused playthrough of that. Despite its problems, I'm being optimistic about it, just trying to be nice. Let's see about how to do this part. If I was going to do this part here, I would need to reroute this to have like this trailer module be the root part. Okay, then I'd need to take this, flip it around, put it on the back side like that. Perfect. That works out really well. Now let's reroute it to be this part now. Cool. So we know that ore needs to be directly connected. The drills want it to be directly connected. So there's no point in having this one, but we could do like a supply truck or... Well, in order to build things, we're going to need... Oh, does that mean all the things we mine have to be directly connected, though? Would that mean... That would mean everything has to be directly connected, right? Oh, that's going to ruin the whole plan, though. I mean, not entirely. I just need to have the tanks be closer to the base, but it's still not what I wanted. Let's have a dirt truck. Now, if this is the case, we should be able to... All right, I got it. I'm trying to figure out how I would actually assemble a trailer in the VAB, or in the spaceplane hangar, but I got it. We're going to go to sub-assemblies, and we'll drop this in here. And we'll call this supply trailer. Or a Malamute supply trailer. That will tell me that I need the rover for it. One trailer for Malamute supplies. I still have that nighttime mod installed. You can switch it to nighttime. I don't like it. I'm gonna get rid of that one, but all right, so that's that. Now with the sub-assembly in place, I should be able to just go like this and flip it around to where it's the right orientation. Yes. Wonderful. Fertilizer will be a big thing. So we'll do that. And then do another supply trailer. This actually is not a bad idea. If it works, like if I can actually move it, you know? We need specialized parts too. The really cool part about this setup though is because each Malamute wheel has a motor built in. So each Malamute wheel will, you know, be able to help push its own weight, push its own cart. So it shouldn't be any problem with pulling it. No matter how many we add, it should be able to be pulled. The only question is, you know, turning, controlling the vehicle, right? How does that going to work? Because I don't imagine it's going to be working very well. I could make the back wheels have their steering active. Actually, it looks like all of them have steering active anyway. That's actually probably fine. Okay, cool. So this will be our trailer for now. We'll do dirt, fertilizer, and container here. Let's actually put a small, you know what, let's do one more. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. We're going to go with supply trailer. I'm going to do ore in this one, knowing that I have to be directly connected. But Specialized parts I need to actually put some in. Fertilizer, I want to see how to make that. Dirt, we're gonna collect that. Ore is here. Okay, let's launch this. Or a truck. Yeah, truck trailers, whatever, it's fine. Truck trailers. Okay. Let's launch this. Let's be like, you can't launch this. Oh, actually we do need the Malamute for this because we just recovered it. So I do actually need the Malamute trailer to be that's okay, we have truck trailers. Let's save this. And let's actually let's save this as a subassembly anyway. I don't know. Truck trailers. We'll save this as a subassembly. Get rid of it. I need to bring back my rover design that I just had. It's gonna be this one. But I need to reset it because it's not right yet. Or it's not right anymore. So this is gonna be, yeah, we'll pull this off. Yep, and then we'll stick the docking port on the back of this. This one. There we go. Yeah, like that. I think that's right. Yes, I think so. Okay, so that's my thing there. Now we'll take the truck trailers. We need to make sure we have. I want Doug in here. We don't need Giovanni. I think Sandriel and Doug should come. Where is Andre? Oh, he's right here. I must not have put him in. I thought I had before, but I must not have. Okay, he's here. He didn't pull a complete disappearing act. Okay, so subassembly, truck trailers. Oh, Jesus. What in the world? Okay, let's do it. It's a train on the ground. Cannot afford to launch the vessel. Oh, it costs too much. All right, how much money do I have? Okay, let's take some of the specialized parts out. Let's take like, we don't need that many. Let's just have this many. Okay, let's launch this now. We're gonna make specialized parts, but I also want to be able to manufacture stuff, and having a few on hand is a good thing. All of these should be empty. Yep, they're all empty. Okay, let's launch this. It's gonna take so much power. Oh, actually, no. I need to revert. I forgot to add a very important detail. I need to revert. Bum, 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 bum. Flexible docking port, huh? Flexible docking port. What are we talking about here? The Flexo tube? Because that's what I've been using that. Oh, this is cool. Yes, we are moving, and we can move forward pretty easily because, like I said, every trailer has its own brakes and its own forward movement. Anyway, so I need to revert anyway because I missed two things. I need CCR2 ports in the inventory so that we can connect the ore directly to the base, and then I also need to move that wheel because it's not consistent. I don't know how that happened, but it did. Let's move it back like that. There we go. Okay, that, and then in the inventory, the seed inventory, I want to have, is it going to be seat 0 or seat 1? I think 1, because that would be Doug. So seat 1 inventory, I need to have EVA items. Let's have a couple of CCR2 ports. We'll do 4, why not? And then we'll make sure we have a wrench and a drill. And that should be good. Might need a ground pylon. I don't know why we would, but we might. So let's take it anyway. Okay, we'll launch that now. So we'll back this, we're gonna back the ore trailer up to the base so it can be directly connected. And then we'll take the other trailers and bring them away. And then the ore trailer, at that point, the ore should start flowing into the tank, start flowing into the trailer. And the rest of the resources, we'll just sit back and we'll wait to collect them, and we'll see what it takes to manufacture stuff, you know? We'll probably try doing stuff like that in the next stream. We'll see if we can manufacture stuff with it. I like this much better, I think. I like this much better than reading a wiki. It takes longer to learn, probably, but you get like a real world experience with it. All right, don't tip over. Oh man, it wants to tip. But every trailer is also steering, so kind of makes it weird. But in a way, I think it makes it more effective in some way. Oh gosh, look at this. Oh my god. It worked. We kind of did it. The wheels are off the ground a lot, but it works. Okay, let's go this way with it. All right. See, the lights are blinking because we're near the base. That's crew light doing that. I don't know if I like it, but I'm going to keep it for now. All right. Where am I going to connect this to it? I think maybe I'll connect it. Maybe I'll pull the trailer right up next to the base in here. I think that's probably what I'll do. So it's really close to the workshop and stuff. That's going to require me to... Oh, warning, this vehicle makes extremely wide turns. Oh, God. This is actually going to be much more difficult than it needs to be. Okay, tell you what. We'll do the ore truck last. We need to pull... It requires very wide turns to get where you want to go. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to pull it right up next to the material kits. Flexible docking ports, those are a thing. Totally want to look into that. Definitely gonna need that. Is that in a mod that I already have, or do I need to get another mod to have that? Like connecting big base segments, don't want to use KS pipes. Get rid of one trailer. I don't know. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull one of these trailers up next to the material kits. Here we go. Come on. You got this. Hit the brakes. Slow it down. There you go. And forward. Wait, are we out of... Oh, we're out of electric charge. Okay, hang on a second. We gotta wait. We're out of electric charge. We'll get it back. There's a lot of power driving these wheels. Let's just we'll let it coast a little bit while it recharges. It's a tiny one-part mod. Okay, cool. I'll look into that then. Tiny one-part mod. I could handle that. Flexible docking ports. Does it make all docking ports flexible, or is it just like a certain docking port? Like one, it's only one part, right? And I'm assuming that one flexible docking port would only work with itself. I'm assuming. So like you can only dock the flexible one to another flexible one. It's okay, I wanted to go slow here anyway. Pull it right up next to the material kits. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, right up next to it. Okay, now go ahead and undock. Hang on, I need a control from here. I'm not sure why I'm not already, but I'm not. Undock. I'm confused. Why can I not go forward? Oh, brakes, right. Huh. Okay, let's go back to... I should be able to recharge a lot faster now because I'm only needing to drive 4 wheels instead of all the other ones. So we should be recharging electricity pretty fast now. Whoop! Dude. Almost had a collision. Okay, now we'll come over to the side with the docking port on the other side of the trailer. Hey, Thiago. And we'll grab the ore truck and we'll do that separately from everything else. Okay. Now we'll disconnect from here. Hold on. Make sure I'm still controlling from where I want to control from. Let's disconnect this here. There we go. Actually, hang on. I need to go back and dock again because the brakes are not on. Dock to it. There we go. Turn the brakes on. Okay, all the brakes should be on now. Now we'll decouple. And go. Okay. Let us try again. Okay, we're going to pull the ore tank right up next to the base and connect it to the base. I think this sample is a good idea because I would have been like trying to figure everything out, and trying to do this on Minmus would be a real big pain in the ass. Alright, so let's just kind of back it in place here. Take her slow. Take her slow. Don't want to ruin anything. Yep, just pull her up. Yeah, the flexible port would help a lot for this purpose. It would actually act like a semi-trailer. With the trailer actually... although it's backing it up then I'd have to deal with a flexible port while backing it up, and then it would really be like a truck. It would really be trucking then. Okay. Let's pull this ore tank right up next to this. Right about like that. It's probably fine. Don't need to get too crazy close, but, you know, close enough. Okay, so let's get Doug. Hopefully you have inventory. Yep, it was you. Good. I don't need you, Kerbal Engineer. I don't need you. Hop up, Doug. Here we go. All right. Let's equip the wrench. Where am I going to connect this to? Actually, let's test this. Oops. Wrong vehicle. Yeah. I want to test this to see. Yeah, the ore is still not going in there. So it says ore full on the drill. Right? It says ore full on the drill. Ore full right here. So what I want to do then is connect the base to this. So we'll take inventory. Oh man, I gotta remember all those hotkeys now. I think it's... hang on, I forgot the hotkeys. Oh, forgot the hotkeys. I thought it was G. Yeah. Yeah, G. Okay, so we'll take this and put it like... Can I put it right on the inflatable thing? Can I really? That would be cool. Looks like it's gonna let me. It looks like it's gonna let me. Oh, not allowed to surface attach. Okay, so we'll do it here instead then. I'd like to do it away from the drill, but I'd like to not have to go through the drill with this pipe. Okay, we'll attach it there. That'll work. And then we'll attach another one up here. Like down here maybe. Like a direct line. I want a direct line that goes around the drill. So probably something like this. No? Too far from target. Oh, my Kerbal is too far from target, right. That makes sense. Hey, buddy. Come on over towards the trailer. I need to figure out what's the straight line approach here. Probably like this, so looks like I need to be about like right about there, I guess, right about there. So we'll attach it there, I guess. Cool. And then we'll go ahead and link up this pipe to the CCR2 port here. Careful by the drill. All right, cool. So now we have a direct line from the base to this tank, which is what we wanted to have. Up, Bill, up. This is where I thought we might need a ground pylon, because it might make things a bit cleaner to use a ground pylon there, but we'll see. All right, board this. We have the brakes on. Is the tank being filled? There it is. We're getting ore into the tank now. The container is getting ore. Perfect. So now we just need to bring a converter to start converting that to fuel, and then bring a bunch of fuel tanks as well. So that's cool. We'll do that in the next stream, though. I like this. We'll do that in the next stream. You guys like the live stream format? I do. I think it's cool. Okay, so I think that's going to do it for the stream. I'm going to say control from here. And then let's go ahead and undock from this. Hang on. We have a potential problem. No, shouldn't be. Those wheels are moving. I don't like that. I don't like those wheels moving. There should be brakes on this thing. Yeah. Undock. The brakes are, those wheels are still moving. Brakes. Why are the wheels moving? Brakes. This is the only risk. It's a major risk. The only major risk to doing it with the trailer still on is that stuff like that can happen. Back up. Yeah, those wheels are still moving. Come on. Dock up there. Let's control from here. Let's try this again. Control from here. I want the brakes on. Base wide. Everyone's brakes should be on. Tank is filling up. Good. And then let's undock from here. I should be controlling from here. Apparently I still have to undock this way. It's not what I wanted to do. Those wheels are still moving. Okay, here's what we're gonna do then. Take the brakes. Back up. Dock to it again. And then we will go to the wheels, disable the motor, disable the steering, disable the motor, disable the steering. Brakes up 200%. Disable the motor, disable the steering, brakes up 200%. Disable the motor, disable the steering, brakes up 200%. So I think that should stop this thing from working. Should stop that thing from spinning. It shouldn't move. Should stay exactly where it should be. No moving. No moving allowed. Control from here. And let's undock. Okay. Then activate the brakes again. Pull away. Check the wheels. They're not moving now. Good. Okay. So now I can just take the other trailers and pull them alongside these ones here. So the specialized parts, I'll pull that next to the material kits. The fertilizer, I'll put that next to the dirt. Whoops. Whoopsie. Back up. Back up. There we go. Whoa. Response time is a bit laggy. There we go. Bring it back. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. You see this? Now Doug is the only one in this craft. Where's Sandriel? Doug is the only one. Where's our pilot? The pilot is gone. Happened again. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let's decouple the node. Actually, I need to turn the brakes on again because I didn't do that. Doesn't look like it's going to allow me to do such a thing. Turn the brakes on those trailers. Brakes on. Brakes are on. Undock. Now brakes off. Go. Okay. Let's turn around. Brakes do not equal motor. I know. But the thing is, I turned the brakes up to 200%. I shut the motors off. And then I also left the trailer with the brakes on. So I'm just doing everything I can think of to keep that trailer exactly where it is so it doesn't move. Although, to be fair, it's on the ground, and the whole thing weighs enough to where I think the weight of it being on the ground, the weight of the rest of the base, will probably prevent the trailer from rolling away anyway. But just to be safe. Okay. Once again, I want to remind anyone who's following the XCOM series, the next episode for XCOM goes live the moment the stream ends. So you can pick it up then. These are not exactly lined up beautifully, but it will be fine. I think it's good enough, I think. I know everyone loves to hear that line. It's good enough. Totally is. All right, undock. Let's go grab the other trailer. And we will pull that trailer right up next to the dirt. Anyone ever driven a truck that had four-wheel steering? They used to make them. I don't know if they still do, but I used to work at a car dealership. I did their, I managed some of their database, their online inventory and stuff. And part of that inventory, part of the job of managing their inventory was also to do like their website listings. So I would take pictures of the vehicles that were already in their inventory. And so in order to take pictures of them, I had a little staging area in the parking lot. And I would, get the camera and I would pull the car up to the staging area and then open the doors, take like 20, 30 photos of each car and then put those on the website in a very specific order and everything, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we had trucks. There was a couple of GM trucks that we had at one point, which had four-wheel steering. The back wheels would move too. And I tried one of those out. It was a super weird experience. They turned very sharp, but super weird experience. But those things do exist on actual pickup trucks and stuff, so I thought that was nice. Okay, so these trailers are all right next to each other, kind of like a shipyard, right? That's kind of the point. Let me pull it up just a little bit. There you go. Cool. Undock. And off we go. That, guys, is going to do it for this stream. And when we continue, I actually need to see whether or not we're able to get anything in these containers from remotely. I don't think we can. I think we have to set it up just like the ore, where it's directly connected to the base. I would have really hoped that the drills could have imported it remotely, but I understand why they can't. I understand why that. The whole concept of logistics and stuff anyway is kind of weird, but the fact that you can just have it, I understand it with material kits, machinery, parts like that. I understand that because the Kerbals would feasibly be able to go and get what they need to go and build it. So, instead of having to have that be right connected, imagine that the Kerbals are going back and forth and doing it. I understand that. But the drills have to pull things out of the ground in an automated way and put ore into the tanks. And it wouldn't make sense if that was done remotely. So I do understand that part. But going along that note, it also would appear then that the gypsum and the dirt, for example, probably have to do the same thing with dirt. Right? So we might end up with a base that has a whole bunch of these trailers and stuff kind of backed, which is, I guess, okay, because it's not that hard to connect it. It would mean that I just need ground-based stations everywhere, right? Those ground pylons, I'll put one here, put one here, put one here, put one here, and then we'll just put trailers around the base that are all connected to the ground pylons, and then all the resources can go in there. And then when we're ready to move them, if we ever need to move the resources, they're on trailers with docking ports. We'll just pull the rover up, haul them away wherever we want them to go, move them around, you know? I like it. Sounds good. Now, the real question is, how do you get the rover and the trailers and all that stuff up to Minmus, right? How do we do that? Well, we don't. We don't move them up there. We build them from the surface, right? We're going to build the ore crate and the trailer, and we build the rover, and we build all that stuff while we're on the surface. So when we take this up to Minmus, we'll basically be pretty much be hauling up this part, and then shipping like a ton of material kits and specialized parts and machinery. And we'll be shipping all that stuff as like a big payload with a rocket and land it on Minmus next to it, hook it up, and then we can build the rover. And once we have the rover built, then we can build the trailer for ore. Once you have the trailer for ore built, we can then build the trailer for fuel, like liquid fuel and oxidizer and stuff. That probably won't be a trailer. The liquid fuel oxidizer is probably going to be one of those L1 tanks that are set up right next to the base, and that will have to be directly connected as well. And then, yeah. So, and the material kits, the machinery, and like all that stuff, we have to make that. When we want to produce that stuff, the containers to produce it has to be directly connected to the base too. So my shipyard idea with all these containers off in the distance away from everything, it's probably not going to work. I'm probably going to have to design this in a way to where, you know, we'll have more modules. This is colonization module. This is the logistics. So we want the medical. We probably want medic. So we'll do the medic on this side, right? And we'll have, you know, maybe 2 of these agricultural modules over here, or maybe 2 habitation modules even over there. We can have, you know, a Kerbitat or something. And then in these in-between areas, this is where we can park trailers. And then we can connect it all with ground pylons. So maybe we'll make this long enough. Maybe make the tube long enough to where we can fit 2 trailers next to each other. Have a ground pylon kind of like next to it. We'll have 2 trailers. And then everything can go from there. But I think the first focus is absolutely going to be building the resources required to build more resources. So you don't want to keep sending up material kits. So the first thing we'll want to do is we'll build the infrastructure necessary to produce more of what we need to produce more, if that makes sense. And we'll go from there. And then we'll apply that same philosophy to all of the other planets, right? Because all of the other planets need to have this stuff working too. And eventually it'll get to the point, the hope is it'll get to the point where when Duna's done and Minmus is done, when those 2 things are done, the hope is that we rarely have to launch anything directly from Kerbin ever again. We'll just launch it from out there. That would dramatically prolong our mission. It would take many, many more months to do because you have to accumulate the resources to manufacture that stuff. So like little things, I probably wouldn't do that. Obviously resupplying the station, some of it might come from Kerbin, like personnel. But some resources like fertilizer and stuff can be shipped from Minmus. Minmus is going to be the primary hub for all of our resources that we want. So pretty stoked about that. But anyway, that's going to do it for this stream, guys. It's been fun. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'm going to recover all of these Kerbals and let this base just sit here. It's accumulating ore right now, which is the whole point. Where is it? Here we go. It's accumulating ore right now. 238, 239. Actually, if I get an engineer in here, I bet it would increase its efficiency. But I don't think I can actually get him in there. Well, maybe I can. Hang on. If I EVA you. I don't know why my pilot's not in that anymore. Like, I had a pilot and an engineer in there, and it's not there anymore. Yeah, like, I can't... Oh, here we go. Yeah, grab. Yep, there we go. Board. Cool. So now the maintenance can be performed on it, and he's inside the workshop. Go figure. Cool. It says he doesn't have any material kits. Start material kits? Missing metals. Okay, so we need metals to do that. So we'll have to mine for metals. All sorts of stuff, guys. But it's been fun. I will, yeah, that's all I have to say. I'll see you next time. It's been fun. Bye.